What up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today, just another vlog here. And what's going on? Jeffrey Powers, Twitter, Geekazine, of course, Facebook.com/Geekazine, and YouTube.com, Geekazine. Now, to Twitch. I'm actually doing a dual stream to Twitch, so you can go over to Twitch.com. I think it's Twitch.com, Geekazine. I'll create a graphic for it shortly. But right now, welcome to my YouTube audience. As you might have been seeing, I've been going live a little bit more in the last week. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about everything that I've been doing and working on since last week. So I hope you're all having a great time. Of course, if you want to check everything out, you can go over to, let's just pull it up. I didn't pull it up just yet. The Geekazine. We'll start on the page here. Over at geekazine.com. Boom, let's go there. There we go, geekazine.com, where Connor's written about beer. Good job, Connor. The Kegtron keg monitor. And of course, Martine's talking about Steph Curry and CryptoKitties. Interesting. And for me, not too much coming this last week because I've been doing a lot of working, a lot of upgrading, and it's been a down week on the video. I do have some new products that I'm going to really show off. Like over here, let's just pull this up. I'm going to be hopefully getting this out. This is the Riva wand. I've had this for a little while now, but I haven't had much of a chance because, you know, CES, NAB, NAMM, South by Southwest, all these events were just one after the other. So this is the Riva wand. As you know, I have a Sonos one. I think you can see it. It's back here, and which is nice because it's got Amazon in there. So it's another box. But this is also an internet IP speaker. But the coolest feature about this, I'm going to show you really quick, is this thing right here, and that is the battery. Don't mind the mess back here. I'll talk about that in a second, but is that battery. So really cool. The wand, there it is. It's a nice little desktop, or I'm sorry, shelf speaker that you can use for whatever you need to and connect up via IP. In the back, we have USB connection. We have an auxiliary jack. It does do Bluetooth as well, which is something the Sonos doesn't do. And then the other thing it doesn't have is this right here, and that's a battery pack. So I can actually set this up via my phone for a remote wireless. I can set up a username and password in the Riva, and then I can take this to the beach. I can take this to the backyard or something like that, run music through my phone, and then it runs through here. Sound not as great as that, but it's actually a really nice sound off of here. I've been listening to a lot of music off of this, but pretty cool stuff. So that's the Riva. Let's get back to the main camera here. And then the other thing that I just got, this is actually a Kickstarter, and it's a company called Juiced, and what it is a 3-card charging unit. So each of these cards, what's the it's 1530 milliamps. Not great. Will probably give you maybe a 20 to 30% charge on your phone. But then you basically you can have this for people to end up charging their phones. If you can probably have these checked out in a library or a coffee shop or something like that, and then they can pull it and then they can charge their phone a little bit and put it back. It's got a standard USB cable in there, but you also get a lightning bolt and a USB adapter. So if you've got a USB-C adapter, excuse me, so you can then charge from here. The only issue I've seen with this so far is I don't have any charging lights. There are charge lights on the battery, so it will tell me. Let's see. Let's push the button. It'll tell me if it's charging or not with the little blue, or if it's charged or not with the little blue light. But it doesn't give me anything else. So this could be a 2% charge as far as I know. So that's the one issue with that. And of course, this is on Kickstarter, and that's the one thing I'm going to talk to them about, is getting some sort of indicator lights on it. I don't, you know, it's funny because I don't care too much for indicator lights, because when you turn off all the lights and you try to go to bed, you know, I have all these LED lights that are on, and basically lighting up the room. So a lot of times I'll put tape over a lot of the indicator lights, but something like that, you need an indicator light to let you know if it's charging or charged. Anyway, so that's, like I said, it's on crowdfund right now, so there's probably room for improvement right there. So anyway, also you can go over to Geekazine's Facebook page and ask questions, or and check out all the cool new stuff. When I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, I'm going to Vegas a lot, just so you know. There's the picture for the Deck Link Mini Recorder 4K, which was my other project. I'll talk about that in a second. But of course, you can check out all the projects. And then, of course, live at Infocom, I'll also talk about that in a second. So let's move on from there. I showed you geekazine.com. And of course, go over to the YouTube page. You can see all this stuff. And you'll see me going live like right now. And I'm working on some more live options. So you can actually turn on the Geekazine live channel and watch the videos and not have to worry about going from next to next. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, I'll tell you when I go live, or follow me on Twitter, I'll tell you when I go live. And we'll definitely talk about it a little bit more. I do want to talk about this. I'm going to Infocom. Hopefully there's not an ad there. Yeah, there is an ad there. I thought I turned the ads off on that, but anyway, I'm going to Infocom. This is it's an actually pretty cool little event. It is meant for people that, well, there we go. That looks a little bit better. It's meant for people that are building out their conference rooms, building out their areas with audio video equipment. So we'll see a lot of projectors there. We'll see a lot of cameras there. And the folks over at PTZ Optics will definitely be there. You saw a little bit of that. You can watch the video over at geekazine.com. Let's just go back there. But PTZ Optics, let's pull up their page. There we go. PTZ Optics, they'll be there, and we'll be doing a live stream from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. PDT time, Pacific Daylight Time, where you can watch. So that'll be 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So what we're going to be doing is we'll be spending an hour. We'll definitely talk about PTZ Optics stuff, because they've got two cool things that are coming out. The first thing is that 30x, this is the 20x PTZ camera. The 30x camera will have a better throw if you have a bigger place. And then, of course, their new bundle package with the Skull Canyon i7. And I'm really excited about that, so I can't wait to see that a little bit more. Saw it a little bit at NAB, but we'll actually be streaming using that device. How cool is that? So, anywho, with that, the other thing is, you saw, like I showed you on my Facebook page, I purchased the DeckLink Mini Recorder 4K. Not having the best of times with that. So it all started because last week I finally got an upgrade on my internet package. They now offer, I go through Spectrum. They now offer for my area a 400 megabyte tier, which is basically 400 megabytes down and 20 megabytes up. Now, I've talked about this before. It's, the upload speed is more important to me than the download speed, because that's usually an open pipe. But that upload speed, there's so many things that start to take up that upload speed that next thing you know, at the time it was 5 megabytes. It was tough to do any type of stream, because I'd have to turn my cameras off. I'd have to make sure that Jennifer wasn't doing anything on the internet really fast. Because you got to understand, when you do something, like let's say you're watching Netflix, the TCP protocol, what that does is that'll send a signal and say, hey, I want Netflix here. Are you around? And then the server, you got to wait for the server to come back and go, okay, yeah, I'm here, and it'll keep doing it. It's kind of like Stewie on Family Guy, like mummy, mummy, mum, mother, mummy, mum, until it comes back with a answer. It doesn't do it that fast. It'll probably be more like mummy, mother, every 90 seconds or something like that. But the whole point is it consistently asks for validation until it gets validation and comes back and says, yeah, what do you want? And so then it comes back and goes, I got this, we're going to be watching this Netflix movie or TV show or whatever. And then it waits for Netflix to come back. If it doesn't come back, and then they start the process all over. And then when it comes back, it says, okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's do it, and starts that. And then it constantly then goes back and says, we're still watching. We're still watching. We're still watching. We're still watching. You know, you get that. So if she's watching Netflix, I'm streaming, so that's constantly going. Now it's going up to YouTube and to Twitch right now simultaneously. So it's asking for two sources to talk back to it. And then I've got my Arlo camera system that's asking Arlo if they're still around. And then it's going to send 720p video signal to Arlo so it can save that in the cloud. And then I've got my other IoT devices that are also pinging into the system every now and then. And then next thing you know, a 5 megabyte upload speed becomes like a sliver. And when it gets tougher for that conversation to happen, it gets tougher to watch Netflix. So you might be watching a Netflix movie, all of a sudden it buffers halfway through, and you're thinking, oh man, download speed must have went down. No, the upload speed might have shrunk down to a point where it's waiting just to get on so it can ask the question and have that conversation. So anyway, so 20 megabytes, you know, that's a big deal. I can do a lot with 20 megabytes, and I have a feeling in a couple of years I'll need more. That's how it works. That's how it all works, isn't it? I think. I don't know. But anyway, so hopefully that helps you there understand why it's important to have upload speed just as fast as download speed. Because the bigger the pipe that way, the less chance of anything that you're doing gets interrupted. And of course, you know, you have outages. That's how that works. So, but anyway, because of that, now I can do some more stuff. And yeah, I can actually do some 4K streaming. YouTube Live 4K streaming, you need at least 7 megabytes on 30 frames a second, 7 megabytes for upload. So I can actually upload a 4K stream without a problem. And, you know, people can still watch Netflix and things like that. So, but the problem is the deck link, for some reason, wasn't working. I don't understand it. So I put the card into the computer, and it recognizes it. It installs the drivers, but then Blackmagic doesn't see it for some reason. Now, I got some work to do on that, and I'm not going to fault them or anything like that. It could even be a bad card. It's very possible. So I'm going to do some more testing on that and try and get it to work. I've got to call into them. The one thing I like about this mini recorder is it's got SDI and HDMI in, so I can actually bring in a camera, or I can hook up my Studio 4K from Blackmagic and then use that with an SDI card in and really push 4K that way. So a lot of different options that I really like with this card. Hopefully I can get it to work. And with my Intensity Pro, I can actually have 2 input sources. So not that I need it because I got all, you know, with the NDI and stuff like that, but it's nice to have that extra source in there. So anyway, continuing on, hey, you know, I don't think I talked about this yet, so go over to the merch page over at geekazine.com/merch. You can get some cool t-shirts like the Obsessive Geek Disorder shirt. And of course, that helps keep the lights on. If you want to be a part of the Patreon, go over to patreon.com/geekazine. As little as $1 a month if you want to. That helps keeps the lights on. And I have a lot of shows I need to cover. You know, CES, NAMM, NAB, South by Southwest was on my own dime. No sponsors. And I wanted to do that for you guys, so you didn't have to listen to a sponsor every single time. But with Infocom is also going to be mostly my dime, with the help of PTZ Optics only on the live stream. Everything else is going to be my video. So, and then of course, paypal.me/Jeff Powers. If you just want to do a one-time tip, that would be great. So thank you very much. I do have a sponsor, you know, I do have the sponsor Cashfly for all my non-YouTube videos. If you want to go into iTunes and check out Geekazine, you can. And all my videos are hosted on Cashfly. You can get a 14-day free trial over at cashfly.com, CACHEFLY.com. So, all right, let's see. we had a couple. I talked about Infocom. I talked about that. Let's see. Let's get a couple questions here. We had a few questions in our community. Oh, thank you guys. We now are at 13,000 subscribers, over 4 million minutes watched on Geekazine. So really cool on that. And as you saw, like I said, I'm doing live a little bit more now that I have the ability to do it. So I've been turning on the live channel for my videos and doing pre-recorded content. Let me know what you think about that. Should I continue that? I think this should be part of a business plan. Companies like Twit, This Week in Tech, do that as well. But of course, they have regular shows, so I might just have to add more regular shows. And the other thing that I've been working on is, because of the VR stuff, I pulled out my Pix Pro and I started figuring out how can I do video in stereoscopic or 180 view. So I might just start doing a couple videos like this, so you can actually put on your goggles and scratch or swipe around or whatever, or just watch it on YouTube straight up, me having a conversation with somebody. I'm also going to work on some 360 videos. I've done that in the past. I'm going to do that again so I can check that out. So we've got a lot going on at Geekazine. And then the other thing is the studio cleanup. The studio was a mess, and my desk is a mess right now, but I'm working on getting this cleaned up, maybe even doing some moving around to the studio so it's a little bit more helpful in what I need to do, because not only do I have the studio gear, but I also have my music gear over there, which I'm going to be doing some more music videos, because that's part of the business plan over at Geekazine Live. So talked about that. Let's get into some of the comments. Somebody said Google Glass, an incredible waste of $1,500. Well, Jose, yeah, it's Google Glass. So, Electric Unicycles EU. Let's go over here. He asked, when is this is the ZBooks X360? When will that be released in the EU, UK? And I don't have an answer for that, so I don't know. Another person about the ZBook asking about, or saying that the screen looks a little glossy. Hopefully they'll have one with etched glass in the ZBook X2. I'll check with them, and I think they did have a non-glossy version, but I'm not sure. So, Gene Jackson. I did a video a long time ago. I don't know if you can do this anymore. How to embed videos from Instagram and put it in YouTube, basically download it to put in YouTube. It was basically going to their CDN and pulling the video down and then putting it up on your YouTube. He says, I'm looking forward on how to do that. I'm not sure if they do that anymore. So I'll have to give that check that out and see if I can do that again. See if this is still valid. If not, I'll probably privatize the video. Somebody's talking about Verizon Jetpack. Julian's saying don't buy the Jetpack because it does start to limit your bandwidth after 15 gigabytes of data. You got to do a lot to hit 15 gigabytes worth of data. I mean, if that's going to be your primary device and you're watching videos a lot, then yeah, you're gonna hit 15 gigabytes pretty quick. So. And that's a lot of unlimited plans that they can start throttling. I mean, that's how that works. So, Michael asked, "How's the luggage cart on the Amtrak?" And I didn't use the luggage cart. I don't think. Maybe we did. Maybe it was just, if it was just a standard cart, like a shopping cart without the boxes on it. And you put your luggage on, and you roll it yourself. And if you have somebody else roll it, then they've basically checked the bags already. And if you have to have bags go underneath it, they check those bags. But you do have a little bin for stuff. He's talking about fishing poles. And it's like, well, put your fishing poles into a case. And that case can be lockable. SKB makes a case. A couple other companies make cases for your fishing poles. So that would be a good idea. T-Bird Thunder HD was talking about white balance on my Netflix versus Hulu versus Amazon Prime. And I was going for a mood, and apparently that didn't work well for him. So sorry about that. But that was going for a mood. Yeah, we've got better white balance right now, right? Okay. And Dion also said that he uses all 3-ditch cable. Spectrum is the only ISP in our region with reliable enough, as our cellular service does not support residential internet services in our area. So I don't know if he's using Spectrum for the cable or if he's using Hulu Live TV for the cable, but he hasn't responded on that. Other than that, a couple people... more comments, so right down the line we've got a lot of stuff there, but I wanted to answer a few of those. So thank you guys very much. Go over to youtube.com/Geekazine. Definitely comment. We've also got the community page, so check out the community page over at Geekazine.com. And then of course you can tweet me over at Geekazine and of all the socials. And Twitch, now on Twitch over at twitch.com/Geekazine, I believe. So you can check that all out and go from there. So if you have any questions, we have Breaking News Middle East says hi and watching now. So thank you very much, Breaking News Middle East. I hope you enjoy it. We will be live a little bit later today. I am once again testing the live 24/7 content. And believe it or not, I'm also thinking about actually putting content that you won't see on a YouTube video in there. So, and that could include some Patreons. That includes some ads, of course, but it also will include a lot of other stuff. So check that all out. Really trying to figure out if this is something that I can do, because what I'll eventually do is that will become a separate computer, and it'll be able to be live 24/7. And then when I need to use it for live stuff, I'll be able to break right in and do what I need to do, and then break out and go from there. So that's the idea of it. So I'm still working on everything. And once again, that also depends on getting the studio straightened out a little bit more as we go. So, all right. Well, thank you guys very much for being a part of this live event. Thank you very much, Breaking News Middle East. Is there any breaking news in the Middle East? There's a small delay, so I don't know if they'll be able to reply. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck. Well, thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck as well, because this is how this all works. And be a part of the community, be a part of the Geek Scony network, and we'll go from there. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out. We'll see you next time, and take care.